Here's a scripture where Saul experiences the presence of God. If you want to go on your phone on the Bible app, you can. But it's Acts 9, 1 through 9. Then Saul, still breathing threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord, went to the high priest and asked letters from him to the synagogues of Damascus, so that if he found any who were of the way, whether men or women, he might bring them bound to Jerusalem. As he journeyed, he came to near Damascus, and suddenly a light shone around him from heaven. Then he fell on the ground and heard a voice saying to him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" And he said, "Who are you, Lord?" Then the Lord said, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. It is hard for you to kick against the goads." So he trembled and astonished, said, "Lord, what do you want me to do?" Then the Lord said to him, "Arise and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do." And the men who journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice but seeing no one. Then Saul arose from the ground, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no one. But they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. And he was 3 days without sight, and neither ate nor drank. Here's a summary of what that is. Saul was going to go to Damascus to get some Christians and practically put them in prison. On his way there, a light came from heaven, and he fell to the ground. And God said, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" And the goads are like a board with nails sticking out of it. So what this means is if you sin against God, it's like kicking a board against nails, and it's going to come back and hurt you. Saul shook in amazement and said, "Lord, what do you want me to do?" And the Lord said to him, "Go to the city, and you will be told what to do." Not that long ago, I realized that I was sinning and kicking the goads, and it came back and hurt me. In Luke 5, 7 through 8, it says, Jesus performed a huge catch of fish. Peter fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord. I am a sinful man." I can relate to this because once you're in God's presence, you know what you did wrong, and you feel awful. I noticed how awful I was to him and my parents because one day I came home and I gave my parents an attitude, and my dad, he pointed it out to me, and then he told me that it wasn't the right thing to do. So that's whenever I felt God's presence with me. And then I started praying for forgiveness. That's all I have.